Can I be honest with you right now? Like genuinely, deeply honest? Because the energy that came through the moment I sat down to do this reading was so loud, so immediate, that I had to take a second. I had to breathe. Because what's coming through for you is not small. It is not subtle. And the fact that you have been walking around in your daily life completely unaware of the kind of power you carry, that is what the universe is trying to shake you awake about today. That is the whole message. You don't realize what you do to people. You don't realize what happens in a room when you walk into it. You don't realize what happens in someone's mind when they think about you at 2 a.m. when everything is quiet and they can't stop it. And it is becoming a problem, not for you, but for everyone around you who is trying to hold it together while you're just out here living your life like it's nothing. So if you've been feeling like something is off lately, like there's this strange tension around you, like people are acting weird or distant or suddenly too available, this reading is going to explain everything. Let's get into it. The first thing that's hitting me is this sense of you being deeply, deeply misread. And not in the way where people think badly of you, no, it's actually the opposite. People are projecting so much onto you. There is something about your energy that makes people feel like you are this unattainable thing. Like you exist on a different frequency than everyone else around you, and they feel it even when you're just standing there doing absolutely nothing. You could be at the grocery store, unbothered, tired, in your own world, and someone across the room is having a full internal crisis about you. That is the level we're talking about here. And the universe wants you to understand this because it is directly tied to what's about to unfold in your life over the next few months. The way people respond to you is not an accident. It is not random. It is energetic. It is magnetic. And you were built this way on purpose. Now, I need to talk about someone specific. Because there is a person in or around your world right now who is dealing with something serious when it comes to you. This is not a casual admiration situation. This is not someone who thinks you're cute and moves on with their day. This is somebody who has developed a feeling for you that they were not prepared for. It caught them off guard. They weren't looking for this. They were not trying to feel this way. And now they are in it, deep in it, and they genuinely don't know what to do with it. I feel like this person has a very composed exterior. Like from the outside they look like they have it all figured out. They carry themselves in a certain way. They don't wear their emotions on their sleeve, and they have a reputation, whether socially or professionally, for being someone who is stable, grounded, doesn't get swept up in things. And then you happened. And you completely disrupted the story they were telling themselves about who they are and what they want. Here's what I keep feeling over and over: this person watches you. Not in a creepy way, but in a way where they pay attention to everything. The small things. The way you laugh. The way you carry yourself when you think no one is looking. The way you handle pressure or difficulty without making it a whole performance. They notice things about you that even the people closest to you probably don't notice. And it is because of this, because they've been quietly observing you, that their feelings have been building so slowly and so steadily that by the time they realized what was happening, it was already too late to pull back. They're already gone on you. Already. And you have no idea. And that right there, that is the problem the universe is pointing to. You have no idea. I want to speak to something a little deeper here because I feel like this reading has layers and I don't want to just skim the surface for you. There's a version of you, and so many of you are going to recognize this, where you have been through enough disappointment, enough being overlooked, enough one-sided effort in relationships and connections, that you have kind of stopped trusting the idea that people genuinely want you. Like somewhere along the way, you started assuming that you had to earn it. That you had to perform it. That love and admiration and loyalty were things that came with conditions or expiration dates. And so now, even when it's right in front of you, even when someone is literally looking at you like you're the most interesting person they've ever met, you dismiss it. You downplay it. You tell yourself you're imagining it, or that they don't really mean it, or that there's going to be a catch. And your energy, your guides, the universe, everything that is watching over you, they are stepping in right now to say, stop. Stop doing that. Stop making yourself smaller so the love can feel safer. The love is real. The admiration is real. And you are worthy of receiving it without shrinking. Now let me get back to this person because there's more coming through. I feel like there has been a moment, possibly recently, possibly coming very soon, where this person almost said something to you. Almost let it slip. Almost had the courage to close the distance. And then something stopped them. I feel like it's a combination of things. Part of it is genuine nervousness, and look, this tells you a lot about who they are, because this is not someone who gets nervous. This is not someone who trips over their words or second guesses themselves in most areas of their life. But when it comes to you, they unravel a little bit, and that unraveling is almost uncomfortable for them because they're not used to it. The other part of what's holding them back is that they've been hurt before. There's a history there, a chapter of their life where they gave their trust and their time and their real self to someone who didn't protect it. And that experience changed them. It made them careful. It made them slower to move, slower to speak, slower to commit. But here's the thing, it also made them more intentional. So when this person does come towards you, when they do finally decide to let themselves be seen in front of you, it is going to be because they are sure. It is going to be because they have decided that whatever the risk is, you are worth it. And that kind of decision, from someone like this, is not small. I also feel like there's something to be said about the way you make people feel emotionally. Like not even romantically, just as a human being. You have this rare quality where people feel genuinely seen when they're around you. Like you're actually listening. Like you actually care. And in a world where most people are just waiting for their turn to talk, that is extraordinary. People feel safe with your energy. And that safety, that feeling of being understood without having to explain yourself, is incredibly attractive. So while some people are drawn to you physically, others are drawn to something they can't even put words to. It's just a pull. A knowing. Like their soul recognizes yours before their brain has even caught up. And this person I keep coming back to, they feel all of it. They feel the physical pull. They feel the soul recognition. They feel the safety and the warmth and the specificity of who you are as a human being. And it's almost overwhelming for them. Because they've spent so long being someone who keeps it together that to feel this undone by another person is a completely foreign experience. You are doing that to them. Quietly. Without even trying. Let me talk for a second about what's happening in your energy field at large, because it's not just this one person. I'm picking up on multiple people who are in different stages of their feelings for you. There's someone who has already fully committed to those feelings internally but hasn't acted. There's someone who is maybe in the earlier stages, newly aware of what they're feeling and still trying to rationalize it away. And there might even be someone from your past who has been circling energetically, not necessarily about to come back into your life, but whose energy is still very much tied to you because they never fully let go. You left a mark on that person that they haven't been able to shake. And the universe is showing you this not to overwhelm you, but to help you understand that the way you move through the world matters more than you think. The impression you leave is lasting. The energy you carry is contagious in the best possible way. Now I feel pulled to speak about something that's been quietly happening in your own internal world. Because even as all of this is unfolding around you, even as people are developing these deep, consuming feelings for you, you have been going through your own private evolution. And I don't think you've given yourself nearly enough credit for it. You have been doing the work. The quiet, unsexy, difficult work of understanding yourself better. Of identifying patterns you don't want to keep repeating. Of choosing differently even when the old familiar thing would have been so much easier to fall into. Of deciding, whether consciously or not, that you deserve something that is actually good for you. And the universe has noticed. Your guides have noticed. And what's coming your way is in direct response to the growth you've already done, even if you feel like you're still in the middle of it. There's a real abundance coming into your life. And I don't just mean financially, though that is a part of it. I do feel like something shifts in that area for a lot of you. But more than money, I'm talking about abundance of the right energy. Abundance of genuine connection. Abundance of being in spaces and with people where you don't have to shrink. Where you don't have to perform. Where you are chosen fully and consistently and without hesitation. That is what's coming. And it is going to feel so different from what you've known that it might actually take you a minute to receive it. Because sometimes the right thing doesn't feel right at first, it just feels unfamiliar. And your work right now is to not confuse unfamiliarity with a red flag. Coming back to this energy around you, I feel like the tension is about to break. Like whatever has been building beneath the surface in certain relationships or connections around you, something is about to shift and become visible. Someone is about to stop being quiet. Someone is going to find the courage, possibly suddenly, possibly in a moment that surprises even them, to let you know where they stand. And I feel like it might catch you off guard. Not because the signs weren't there, but because you have been so in your own head, so focused on everything else, that you haven't fully allowed yourself to look at what's been right in front of you. Let me say this as clearly as I can, do not run from it. Whatever your instinct is to minimize it or to make a joke of it to ease the vulnerability of the moment, resist that. Let it be real. Let it land. You deserve to let something like this land without immediately deflecting it. I also want to touch on something that's coming through about your purpose and the way you move in the world. Because the effect you have on people isn't just romantic or social, it's bigger than that. There is something about your presence, your perspective, the way you think and speak and engage with life, that genuinely shifts things for people. You inspire people without trying to. You challenge people to be better without having to say a word. And some of those people who are quietly watching you, quietly feeling things for you, part of what they feel is a deep respect. An admiration that goes beyond attraction. They look at you and they think about who they want to become. They look at you and suddenly their own excuses feel thin. And that kind of impact, the kind that reaches someone's actual character, not just their emotions, that is rare. That is a gift. And you are carrying it around like it's nothing. Your spirit team wants you to know that this chapter of your life, right now, this one, the one that has sometimes felt uncertain or like a waiting room, is actually the chapter where everything begins to click into place. Not all at once. Not in a dramatic overnight transformation. But piece by piece. Person by person. Realization by realization. You are going to start seeing yourself the way others have been seeing you all along. And that shift, that moment when you finally catch a real glimpse of your own power, is going to change everything. Stop apologizing for taking up space. Stop second-guessing the connections that feel significant because you're afraid of how much it would hurt if it didn't work out. Stop waiting to be fully healed before you allow yourself to be fully loved. The universe is not asking you to be perfect before you receive this. It's asking you to be present. To be open. To stop talking yourself out of the very things that are being built specifically for you. And to whoever is out there wrestling with their feelings for you right now, whether you know who they are or whether they're still a mystery, the message from this reading is that they are not going anywhere. What they feel is not going to fade with time. If anything, the longer it sits, the more certain it becomes. And soon, very soon, you are going to understand exactly what I mean when I say that you don't realize the effect you have on people. Because they're about to show you. Get ready.